Hello, my name is Gigi, and today I want to use this video to show my question 1 answer. The question 1 is asked about how does your product use or challenge the codes and conventions, and how does it represent social group and issues. Our film is talking about the noir story, like film noir. So, what is film noir? It is a style or genre of cinematography film marked by a mood of pessimism, fatalism, and meanness. The term was originally applied by a group of French critics to American thriller or detective films made in the period 1944 to 1954, and to the work of directors such as Orson Welles, Fritz Lang, and Billy Wilder. As film noir is a crime film, it is talking about like some murder or some other things, and it usually combines with dangerous, sexiness, violence, and like the mysteries. Since it is a crime film, you always have some mysteries that you want to solve or the protagonist needs to solve. And now I want to use some stills, or you could say the screenshots from my film to show about the code and conventions of film noir. So this is the first scene of the opening. It is a low-angle shot of the street lamp. It is very common that film noir cinematography is often distorted, skewed, and uncomfortable to look at, to put the viewer at unease. The view of looking at the street lamp lets the viewer to feel like they are just standing below the lamp and look above. The light is so bright that makes the viewer feel that they are in the view as well. Also, this makes them to feel uncomfortable to the eyes since it is too bright, and this reflects the tone of noir, creating a sense of noir. In cinematography, a low-angle shot is a shot from a camera angle positioned low on the vertical axis, anywhere below the eye line, looking up. Psychologically, the effect of the low angle shot is that it makes the subject look strong and powerful. To this shot, although it is a street lamp, it still makes the street lamps look strong. Also, the light is very bright that creates a powerful light. This gives the audience the same feeling of strong and powerful. This kind of shot is really common in film noir, especially when it needs to use this to show a person is having power. We frame our protagonist in this shot here, which shows his face, but it is hard to see the face clearly. We use the low-key lighting to create the shadowing areas. The face of the protagonist is almost covered by shadow, only little area covered by the light. This can show that he had a dark past and he will do anything to achieve what he wants, even he breaks the rules. The dark shows his rebellion and makes the audience feel that he is evil. However, the light shows that he still has good intentions, that he is still a good guy. This can show that the narrative battle between good and bad, which is called binary opposition. Also, low-key lighting creates the high contrast, which present him as powerful. Many film noir films include low-key lighting. Originally, it's because of the budgetary, since that in that time, the budget was not really good. But now it had become part of the mise en scène in noir. And And here is another example of low-key lighting. This is also a shot for our protagonist as well. However, in this shot, we frame in another side of the protagonist. The first one is the front of the protagonist, and this one is the side of the protagonist. The low-key lighting creates a very line of shadow and light that the front of his body is covered by the dark. This shows that the first image of him to the other people may be a bad person, and the things he wanted to do broke the rules. This shows that he is a rebel person. However, the light on his back shows that he is still having the good thing in his mind, that he still can be a good person. Linked to the narrative, restoration of equilibrium possible. Here, the audience can think about the possibilities of the protagonist, that if he is a good person or a bad person. The possibility is the same. This is our femme fatale, Cassandra. We framed her in a mid-shot that she is talking to the protagonist. In film noir, a femme fatale is a stock character of mysterious, and seductive woman whose charms ensnare her lovers, often leading him into compromising, dangerous, and deadly situations. She tries to achieve her hidden purpose by using family values, such as beauty, charm, and sexual allure. In some situations, she uses lies rather than saying the truth. And to the traditional looking of femme fatale, she often has a heavy makeup. For example, she has a clear shaped and high arched eyebrows to give a strong look. She also has the red lips, which brings out the sexiness. Normally, she would let her hair down to make her more sexy. And in our opening, we have tried to show the Cassandra in the same way. We let her to have a strong eyebrows, and she has red lips. Also, her hair is dropping down to give her a more sexy looking. And here is another shot for femme fatale. In this shot, we use mid-shot, almost long shot to show that she is smiling to the protagonist and holding the wine glass. In this shot, it shows that she is independent. Even though she needs to use her appearance to attract male to achieve her goal, she is still powerful. This is another characteristic of femme fatale, that they normally are strong and powerful, and they don't have to depend on male. And so nowadays, women are more likely to become independent. They are becoming strong and powerful, that they don't need to depend on the male. And also, they can be the breadwinner. In many jobs, women take the lead. So, in this film, I think we frame the femme fatale in the same way. Even though she has to use her appearance, she's still very independent. And maybe she has her own goal, and she just use the protagonist. In the classic area of film noir, the film color is normally black and white. One of the reasons is that the budgetary. It was hard to film a video or the film into color. The color of black and white creates high contrast to the film, which increases the atmosphere of fear, danger, and mystery. Since the film noir is about crime, and it has lots of mysteries. In In our film, we have changed the code and convention of color. Since we added color, it is not black and white. The reason of this is because our film combines lots of flashback, or you could say the memory of the protagonist. We have to show the differences between things happen in the past and things happen just now. If we use black and white, it is hard to trace the differences and it will confuse the audience. And here we use the long shot to show the mise-en-scène, where the protagonist is standing. I think we have slightly changed the mise-en-scène. Although we use the everyday urban settings to make what was happening seem often more real to the viewer. This is also used in noir-style film. Normally, it is at the wrong end of town and dodgy areas to everyday locations, and it is normally would not be so bright and clean. It is raining and in the damp streets. In this scene, I don't really think it is the wrong end of the street or it's a dodgy area. So, and also, it is too bright since the street lamp is too bright, the light. And we filmed this scene in the evening. The sky was not fully dark yet. Usually it would be quite dim and dark, and it should be at night. So from here, I think we have changed the mise-en-scène. We use the close-up shot of protagonist's father. The close-up shots often show what characters' feelings and some specific things. Here we use this is for showing the emotion of father. And since it films about he is punching somebody, the shot is quite shallow. The expression of the father shows he is very angry, and this can also show his personality, that he is a person who is easy to get angry and often using violence. It is a specific shot since we want to use this shot to show a social issue in family. In Alan's family, his father is a role who is often angry and often drunk, and after the drunk, he often uses his violence to like punching. So it is lead to the domestic violence. He is the characters that we want to represent the social issue of domestic violence. Since usually the perpetrator is man and the victim is the women or the children. And the men are dominant, easy get angry, and often using violence. Maybe they have some bad habits such as smoking or drunk. That's all, and now it's time to say goodbye. And thank you for your listening.